may not realize that you've probably been working with AI already. If you have an Amazon or Google device that answers to your voice, that's AI. I'm fortunate today to have Dave Nawrocki here with me. Dave has a lot of experience in marketing and with artificial intelligence as well. He can help introduce the topic of artificial intelligence or AI to you and show how you can use it in your everyday life. Dave, would you like to say something about yourself and give a little introduction?
Yes, thank you, Alicia. I'm very happy to be here. So, thank you for the opportunity. I own a marketing agency, and over the last 2 years, I have been using and developing AI tools to really integrate and help my agency grow. And what it's been able to do is actually help me take on twice as many clients without having to grow my team because it's so efficient. There's a lot of great tools and ways to use it, not only for my marketing agency, but also in your personal life. And I think we're going to touch on a few of those things here today.
Dave, can you give us an example of how AI could help seniors with learning new skills or hobbies?
For sure. Actually, we could use learning a new language as an example. So let's use maybe someone has a trip coming up and they're going to travel to Mexico and they'd like to learn some Spanish. We can actually use ChatGPT to help us with that. So, right here in this prompt window, I have a prompt here that says, how do I say, where is the nearest pharmacy in Spanish? And there you go. It's pretty quick. No, I don't know Spanish. Yeah, but this is you, and obviously you can list as many questions as possible to actually get a feel and a sense for the language.
Yes. So you probably, if you have AI on your phone, I would imagine you could actually use that live if you're in Mexico or whatever, trying, you can't remember how to say it, and you just dictate to your phone, say translate it to Spanish, and it comes out with "Donde está la farmacia más cercana?" and you're all set.
And just to even take it one step further, there is a version of ChatGPT in the paid version that has a voice feature. And so you could literally talk
Right.
to it in English and then it will speak Spanish back to you. So it could act as a translator. We're not going to cover that here, but that is an option just to kind of share the power of this technology.
Just as a quick side note to that, my hearing aids also have that ability. It's really strange. I can say something and it listens to my voice, and on the phone it'll show what I'm trying to say in the other language.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Very cool. Okay, now we can actually also, like, if we want to learn a new hobby, I can use knitting, for example, because I literally know absolutely nothing about knitting. So I have a prompt here we can use for that.
Okay.
Okay, so my prompt for learning how to knit, or I'm going to ask ChatGPT to teach me how to knit. I have the prompt here is, can you give me a step-by-step guide to knit a cable knit scarf? And I literally don't know anything about knitting. I'm sure there's some of your viewers that may, and this might make more sense to them.
If you do knit by chance, make a comment down below and tell us if that looks accurate. Obviously, you can go on Google or someplace and try to look everything up, but just that quickly, it compiled from many sources out there and brought in what it believes is the best result.
Well, it could be used for a lot of things. I think one of the most interesting ones could be for meal planning. So if you have specific dietary needs, you can have ChatGPT come up with a series of recipes or shopping lists. I've even seen it with, again, if we talk about the advanced model, you can actually take a picture of your refrigerator and feed it to ChatGPT, and it'll give you a recipe based on the things in your refrigerator. So maybe that's something for next time. We're not going to do that now.
Let's talk a little bit about health and wellness. How could AI help a senior with their health goals?
Okay, so if I would like some low sodium dinner recipes for heart health, this is my prompt. Let's see what chat's going to come up with. And it gives you actually, we could even be, let's do this. Let's say, um, please revise for a dinner of 6 adults. And so now it's actually adjusted all the quantities of the ingredients based on 6 adults. So you can do this with children, anything. It's pretty cool. Gives you the instructions. Here's another one, baked salmon, vegetable stir fry with tofu. Pretty cool. It gave us 5 recipes here. So of course you could ask it for 10, whatever you like.
And that actually looks very good. Looks like a good meal. I'll have to try that.
Absolutely.
How about exercise? Can it give us any advice on how to exercise to stay fit?
Absolutely. I've got a prompt here that we can ask it. It suggests some 10-minute stretches for seniors with arthritis. And of course, the more detailed you get with your prompt, the better the response will be. So maybe if you have arthritis in your hands, you could be that specific and say, please suggest 10-minute stretches, for seniors with arthritis in their hands or their foot or their knee. It'll give you those ideas. So we've got a neck stretch, shoulder rolls, upper back, wrist and finger stretch, seated leg.
Oh, that's awesome. I think meal planning and exercise, it really has the main bases covered for better health. So I know that a lot of seniors who didn't grow up with technology, I happen to have worked with computers, but many of us didn't grow up with it and struggled with some of the basic tasks. Is there something that AI could do to help that?
Absolutely. So I have an example here. Let's say your tablet cannot connect to the internet or it's having issues with its Wi Fi. Now, you will need to do this on a device that is connected to the internet. We do have to preface that, but I do have a prompt here that says my tablet won't connect to Wi-Fi. How can I fix it? And you know what? Let's get a little more detailed here and let's call it an iPad. And of course, if you told it what version or edition it is, it could give you even more specific instructions. Again, it's all about the prompt. So, but this is just for demonstration
Right.
prompts. Uh,
Of course, you could actually do that from your phone without being connected to the Wi Fi. So if you have a cellular signal, you can do ChatGPT prompts right from there.
Correct. There is a ChatGPT app that you can install on your phone that works very well. So this walks you through everything from check the network, restart the iPad, toggle it on and off, forget reconnect to the network, check your updates. So if you can't get a hold of somebody to help you with this, this could be a very good resource to get you an answer right away.
It really would.
Yeah, and what's nice is since we were kind of specific with the iPad, it actually gives us all the different steps, because it knows the operating system. So it can like guide you. So it's really almost like a personal assistant that actually knows exactly what you're dealing with.
So let's say that I get an email and it says that I just won $5,000. Can ChatGPT tell me if that's a scam?
Absolutely. What I would actually do is copy that entire message, even with the sender's email address in there, and feed it to ChatGPT to see if it can crawl the internet to see if this has been something people have been complaining about. So we don't actually have something like that, but we could certainly ask it something like, I received an email saying I won $5,000. Is it a scam? Let's see what it comes up with. It's likely a scam. Here are some signs that could suggest it be fraudulent. Unexpected prize, too good to be true, urgency, request for personal information or money. Absolutely. Poor grammar and spelling. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually did that one time some time ago. I just got an email and I thought, well, let's test this out. And I copied and put it in there, and it was amazing. All of the reasons that, like you had mentioned, it could point out what the problems were in the address, what the problem was in the URL address, which goes to a website. If it tells you that you're going to the Bank of America, but it has some strange URL for the website, that's usually a scam.
Yeah. And it even calls it out right here, to look at the domains of the email. So, absolutely.
So, how about writing emails? All of us have to deal with email and communication. Could it help with that?
Absolutely. Let's say there's a error on your utility bill. It could actually help craft that. So I've got a prompt right here, just as an example. Write a polite email to my utility company about an incorrect charge on my bill. Okay, look, it's written this the subject line, and hope this finds you well. Now, it is an amazing writing tool, and I guess we shouldn't get too deep into this, but a lot of this can change. If this is too long, we can shorten it up. This is just an example of what it can do. You know what? Let's have a little fun with this. Let's say, please make this shorter, and I want to sound very mad. Let's see what happens. Discrepancy on my bill. I am writing to express my frustration regarding an incorrect charge on my most recent bill. Okay, here is the charge. It's inaccurate, does not reflect my actual usage. This needs to be addressed immediately, and I expect a prompt resolution. Okay, it's not too mad. I think it's okay. It's towing the line
Yeah, there are times that I tend to be too polite when I really need to be more direct, so that could help me.
for sure. Absolutely, I'm the same way.
Well, this is very helpful, Dave. I appreciate you being here for this.
It's an amazing tool. So I appreciate and I had fun sharing this technology. It can really be an amazing tool to help people out.
Can you tell a little bit more about your channel and the group?
Sure. My YouTube channel is brand new. It's Dave Nawrocki, and we'll put a link down in the description for that, where it's all about essentially marketing with AI tools. So if you're trying to grow something, you'll be able to not only learn from my marketing experience, but also some of these AI tools that I've built. And then I also have a school community. There'll be a link to that also where you can join, and it's a community for content creators and entrepreneurs to learn marketing techniques and also AI tools. And so we help each other out. It's really a community based forum for folks to connect and learn about marketing and AI.
Yeah, it's really a great group. I've enjoyed being a part of it myself. And if you've enjoyed this video, join my newsletter with tips and tricks that you can use for technology and how to stay safe online. Thank you all for being a part of this.